Hello, my name is Leo. Welcome back for another episode of Exploratory as Germany. In previous episode, we managed to get a little bit more land in Africa. We did also trade the North Cameroon area that we had here to Britain in exchange of getting all of the Niger Delta. So at least we had another state now fully in our control. We still don't have enough to get the achievement. I believe it's 10 states fully owned by us. And currently, I believe we've got, I think, 7, maybe? Well, no, it's still 6, I suppose. But we're also planning on doing a potential war against Congo over here. It might call in France and a few others, but there is a chance that there will not be a problem. I hope, at least. But if need be, we can fight them off in here. We are still going to be increasing our army size a little bit, so perhaps we will wait until those barracks that are currently underway have been built. Because that would be another 10 battalions, I believe. Or somewhere thereabouts. Where's the 8th army? Is this one of the armies that we just got over here? Oh, it is. Right. These are just irregulars. I suppose what we could do is just upgrade all the infantry. And we'll have another army. We could potentially even combine this into the other one, mind you. But let it be independent or separate army for a little while. As well as... Oh, no, France might actually win this landing finally. So they might win the war against the uprising. Although that's only one of the many landings that they needed to do, I reckon. Oh yeah, they've got one successful landing thus far, I suppose. Oh, there's a locust swarm in there. Well, that's not good. And malaria. Gotta catch them all, I suppose. Right, so we are still having a huge... You know what? I'm gonna reduce the taxes even further. Well, maybe not. Reducing taxes could be fun or useful in a way, but also not really... Good do it right now. We could probably increase the government wages a bit further. It's going to give us a bit more authority, which means that we can enact the laws faster. Although we're not trying to enact anything right now. The streets are standoff. So we can either withdraw, or we can... no, I'm not professional. There we go. It worked. Reducing the progress of the secession. Now, to be fair, they are still quite militant. And we still need to get a lot of bureaucracy, which is costing us a bit of money in terms of taxes. But I'm guessing the private sector is... oh, they are using 50% of the... Okay. So perhaps it would be time to get even more construction speed. We get another 2. So Westphalia is going to be 10 construction sectors over there. Might be a little bit costly, but that's... Oh, we can invite Dahomey, I reckon. Yeah, Dahomey, welcome aboard. Gold discover in northern Borneo. Dahomey will start providing a little bit of stuff from their market. Well, actually, it's also going to be a nice sort of sink for us to sell our products into, and thus make more profit from our industries. Question of practices. 30,000. Well, you know what? I will take that. And that's going to increase standard of living for. Okay, that's only in Brandenburg, but for lower middle strata +1 for standard of living. 30,000 per week for a while is perhaps a bit expensive for that, but it might be worth it. Oh, now we're actually losing money. Right, so we're getting more fertilizers. How are we looking on terms of clothing and all that? If we have a look at our market, we do have a small shortage of clothing, but it's not that bad. It's very much manageable. Steel is pretty high. Well, yeah, it's almost 1,000 steel missing, but the price is still not that bad in the end. Fertilizer, we do need a lot. Glass, we do need a lot. Actually, that reminds me. I don't suppose we've got on the... For the glass work, do we have one in here somewhere? Yeah, we haven't unlocked the houseware plastics yet. Which would be quite handy. But of course, right now we're researching the investment bank. That's going to take another 7 months. But then we'll get the cameras. Oh, right. Then we'll focus on getting some of the military stuff. I suppose after that, it might be time to go back to the production side. So... Rotary valve engine is going to be done soon enough. We'll probably want to get the reinforced concrete. Maybe the improved fertilizer wouldn't hurt either. Maybe the threshing machine. Because we do need to vacuum canning. Shift work will be very handy. I suppose electricity and then aniline. It's a lot of research queued up right now. And I believe we've still got plenty of... well, we've got a little bit extra innovation available. Just not in use right now. Well... Can't really be used because we don't have the literary rate high enough for that, I suppose. Which has kind of stalled right now. Oh, and there's the rotary valve engine. Which actually... Do we still have lack of workers in places? I suppose, especially in Schleswig-Holstein. That is something we'll want to get, is just reduce the amount of workers in here as much as possible. Oh, right, we can get that over here in the munition plant as well. That should, that frees up a lot of unemployed workers, which can then go and work on other buildings. For example, the explosive factory could probably use a bit more workers. There we go, so that's helping a little bit. No. Oh, Anilin is spreading now. Right then. Secession is bomb building. Okay. Petite bourgeoisie, I believe they are, yeah, then the government, they are kind of a strong group right now. So, you know what? Equatorial boundaries become a bit more radical, but I think we'll be fine. Although right now, it's, oh boy. Yeah, it's quite a bit in there. Now, the standard of living has started increasing, and we've got almost 120 million GDP, so that's actually not bad. Considering it's only 1876. I mean, it could be much higher than that, admittedly, but we're not trying to min-max everything. Oh, the revolt was successful. Now, we got neutral relations with them. They got a couple truces. We could perhaps go ahead and conquer this. There's 13 infamy, though. But they got a small army. Should be fine. Go ahead and activate this army once more. Oh, oh, right, it uses that. Okay. Well, if it's faster moving that way, it doesn't really matter. Oh, right, yeah, we got a port over there, technically speaking. But yeah, so we're getting some troops in here. Suddenly, our relations are getting worse with them. I wonder why. Oh. Diplomatic mission to Tring. Sure. They might get recognized soon. Which, admittedly, that does mean that they are quite... actually, I do wonder. How does the prestige compare? They got much less than we have. We've got almost 2,000. The Prince do have almost 2,400, actually. So we've got quite a bit of catching up to do in there right now. Oh, and Silesia is having some more infrastructure issues. How bad issues are we having in there? We're building a railway already, so I guess not that bad. We can't build the power plants quite yet. Got a whole lot of these mines upgrading in here. I suppose what we could do is have that automatically expand. And this automatically expand. Logging camps maybe could also expand all of these in that particular state anyway. Nationalist opera. Ah. After the revolution, that would cause some authority. You know what? Let's just become more radical. What's the worst? Ooh. Activism is already 93%. Yeah, we might have to deal with this war sooner or later. We've got quite a bit of infamy right now. And I suppose we don't need to worry about putting any extra war goals. This is going to be sufficient for conquering the enemy. We have increased our construction speed to 460 total now. Which looks like the private sector is still... oh yeah, well, the investment pool isn't increasing too much. They're still buying a whole lot of buildings from us by the looks of it. Which should then reduce the... oh yeah, there we go. There's a lot more nationally owned buildings now. That reminds me, did we get the extra tobacco plantation? Oh, but they are being purchased. Because this... oh wait, no, it hasn't gotten the new ones yet. Never mind. Started building like 6 of them, but of course we haven't gotten that far in the production queue or construction queue yet. Although it's probably not that far off. Well, yeah, it's a few more pages. And admittedly, we've got almost 25 million in cash reserves. So we've stockpiled a lot of gold, that's for sure. The enemy's only got a few battalions over here to fight us. They are irregular troops, so it should be pretty easy conquest right there. So we can get another shoreline over here, which would be quite handy. And of course, both Dahomey and Oyo will be somewhat shielded. No one else can really move in there through land, at least. Of course, they are part of our power block and all that, so I don't know if we'd be protecting them directly. I'm sure that we're trying to help them, at least. So we do have a small shortage of bureaucracy. It's a 5% tax raise right now that we're getting from that. Which, admittedly, we are going to be fixing soon-ish. Well, I say soon-ish. It's still going to take a while. We've got 3 years of construction already queued up. We may need to increase the construction speed even further. Let's go for Ruhr. We'll get another 2 in there. Little by little, we're increasing up to... I guess it's going to be getting to... 490 or somewhere thereabouts. Maybe a little bit higher than that. Oh, the battles have started. We've already had, I guess, 1 victory. 3 victories. So 1 more victory, and then we'll be done here. Also, probably getting a lot of radicals from that, mind you, but it's going to be fine. But then we can own yet another full state here, actually. And that would be quite handy. There we are. The population increase there. I'm just going to make sure to reset the production methods in there. Most of them are probably going to be just fine. I don't know if any of these are going to be using the irrigation pumps. Probably not yet. Ooh, that textile mill is making a lot of money. Could probably give that another level. But yeah, so now we got over 5 million radicals. That probably did increase. Oh boy. The Equatorial Bounded National Movement is pretty radical at this point. It makes me somewhat worried. But the investment bank is done in a few days, or, well, 2 weeks. That's good. We've still got loads and loads of money. At this point, I'm actually going to go ahead and reduce the taxes for a little while. It will cost us, of course, some money, but of course the private sector is still probably buying some of the buildings as well. Although, perhaps a bit less now, but still probably plenty. Which reduces the bureaucracy consumption quite a bit. I hope, anyhow. Oh, there's the investment bank. Right, so what do we have options for the buildings now? Oh, that extra bureaucracy could be useful. At 10%, how much is that? Well, yeah, that would be quite a bit of bureaucracy. Lawyers from political movements could also help. Radicals from political movements, minus 10%, that could also be quite handy, actually. I am somewhat tempted by that, actually. And the birth rate, that wouldn't be productive enough. I think we're going to go with the radicals, so the textiles incorporated. Because honestly, I suspect that will help a lot with the radicals in general. Like, that should start probably reducing the... Well, maybe not initially, but it'll hopefully fix the issue with the secession. There's been so many radicals, but I suspect now that there's going to be less and less of them, that will probably... Oh yeah, there we go. It is going downwards. Just not very quickly. We're going to be getting camera in a few weeks. I suppose we probably did get a whole lot of urban centers as well now. Because that was a tech that reduced it, right? Yeah, there's a minus 15% urbanization per urban center. So now it's 75 per level instead of 100. Well, it was 90 before. But yeah, 100 is the base. So we should be quite a bit more services and I suppose other things like that. That reminds me, how we're looking on the engine production. We did not get... Oh, well, we've got one level of motor industries in here, but that might not be needed that much. At least not yet. And what about the Hanover's transportation? It's still lacking a bit. Well, I suppose we haven't gone far enough to get those upgraded yet, so it's going to take a while. We are, of course, spending a lot of money right now. The investment pool is still increasing. So I'm going to go ahead and... You know what? Was it... Silesia was another one that we wanted to increase the construction sectors. We'll get another 2 levels there. Oh, and there's the camera. There we go. Let's go ahead and switch all of the arts academies to utilize the camera. So it's more tools needed. That's not actually too bad. Might not be profitable right now, but it will be. Hopefully. Oh. Oh, France and Britain are fighting. Okay. I don't think I can actually start another war against France quite yet, but that would be potentially a useful one. Maybe start fighting against, well, I suppose Danes don't have anything down here anymore, do they? I suppose Congo was another one that I was thinking about. USA might join them. Oh. Alright then. That would be potentially a bit of a problem. I mean, they've got quite a large fleet. Our fleet is still only 35 litres total, which is not even nearly enough, let's be honest. We'll wait for a little while to say... Oh, how can I not pronounce that? Identification document is printing. That will be a bit more tax capacity, which is quite handy. How far are we from the government administration? It's still one more page, essentially. But of course, these are getting built fairly quickly. So I'm not too worried about that. We're getting more tooling workshops. Actually, that reminds me. How much do we have rubber in the market right now? I'm guessing we've got a bit of a abundance of it. We've got almost 200 extra. So yeah, the price of that is basically nothing. Let's have a look at the tooling workshops then. We're not necessarily going to upgrade all of these to use the steel, or the rubber and the steel, but I suppose Hesse, you're going to get the machine tools. And Württemberg, that's going to be a lot. That's probably going to be enough to make it somewhat profitable for the rubber plantations again. Oh, USH sides with Germany, or France rather. You know what, if Britain doesn't call me in, which is, I don't know, they might not. Unless, you know, we have... Maybe we'll, oh, right, what could we ask for? We could transfer states. Or, let's see, Warrigal, Congress state. It would be pretty high in for me, so I don't know. Portugal would be the least amount. I mean, that could be kind of interesting if we start expanding the German influence into the Mediterranean, but that could be tricky. But yeah, so there's a bit of stuff that we could try to ask for war goal, but I'm actually thinking about not taking that massive infamy hit and rather going for Congo, so that we can conquer that. We can then maybe start colonizing a bit further in here, and taking another full state at least with the lower Congo. Industrial boom in Westphalia. Alright then. I'll take it. But yeah, now we're losing a lot of money, but we are going to increase the taxes at some point in the not too distant future. But right now, it's just, it's not really that bad. We've got still fairly good income over, well, we would have fairly good income if we went on low taxes. But that, of course, then increases the legitimacy, which means a bit less radicals. Oh. Okay, they're attempting to sway me. I thought that's a bankroll. You know what the heck, I'll join in. We'll increase taxes a little bit, and then let's go ahead and activate some armies, shall we? They've helped us in the war, so I guess it's only fair that we go and help them a bit. Send those in here, then I'm going to send at least one army down here in... Oh, right, they don't have their colonies in... Well, you know what, I'm going to station you in Niger anyway. Oh, there is a... Right, but that's technically speaking not my problem yet. But yeah, I guess we'll get it in there and we can then start utilizing that a bit further. Right, so how are we looking on terms of troops right now? Oh, they're getting worried. Well, there you go. And suddenly, there's a whole lot of enemy troops arriving in here. Also, quite a bit of allied troops, actually. Like, we've got... wait, 220 soon enough. Got one army arriving there just about now. There we go. So we've got 220 battalions already in that front. The enemy's got 83. We got somewhat better stats, especially better defense than they have. We are spending a lot of money right now, though, so we might need to increase the taxes a bit further. You know what? I'm going to put the tobacco tax back in as well. Oh, stonks. I've got that achievement, I'm pretty sure, already, but what was that? Oh, right, it was the 3 companies with full, max prosperity. We had that for ages. Oh boy, the secession might... You know what? Maybe it's time to do some... You know what? What we're going to do, we're going to put in decrees for emergency relief if we can. No, we can't. Oh, right, that's a... Right, never mind. Violent suppression would be reducing the turmoil. Can't do these in here. There's quite a few states in Germany that we can still do that in, but that's not going to help us. So yeah, violent suppression might be okay. But that would just reduce the turmoil's impact, I suppose, which still isn't too bad. Let's start doing some suppression over here in the central areas. I believe we've got an army heading in here. There's also some other armies heading in. Well, there's no one guarding that one. Okay. So what are they actually the British after? Humiliate, transfer Liberia. Oh, liberate Constantine. Transfer to Haiti, conquer French Gabon. Oh, so that one. Then conquer French West Indies. Whereas France wants West Indies, Ionian Islands, Crucial States, Sierra Leone, British Gabon, Humiliate, regime change in Cape Colony. Oh, that's a primary demand. And then return Aha! Yeah, they want some territory returned, but that's not going to happen. So one good thing about this war is, assuming that we win, which we probably will, we might go ahead and activate the other 2 armies down here as well. We might not use them yet, but I want them to have or use them as a bit of a reserve. Now, I believe our side will have massive fleet advantage. Where is our fleet anyway? Well, we've got one fleet over there. Where's the other one? Oh, they're still doing some privateering in here. Or convoy raiding, rather. It's almost the same thing, but not quite. The enemy's only got 120 battalions in there. We'll have such a massive... Well, I suppose there's now the Americans slowly arriving to the scene. What are we getting in research? So it's the philosophical pragmatism. After that, it's going to go into, well, identification documents. And then it's going to be the field hospitals, enlistment officers, military statistics, and the monitors and all that. So we're going to actually upgrade our fleet properly. Might still take a while, but at least it's underway. And, oh, yeah, there we go. The government administrations are almost on the first page now. How's the investment pool is almost 1 million. That's not too shabby. And the war is about to start. They've got quite a bit of troops in here. Actually, both sides have a lot of troops. I could potentially have one of my armies just in case be on the defensive. Which one of these would be the best for that? Well, your experienced offensive planners are probably not you. Your defensive strategy. So how about you defend front? In case they start doing attacks as well. They might not. Oh, and there we go. War has broken out. Low down to speed 3. So we've got a... Right, it's the West Indies front that doesn't have anyone in there. I could probably go ahead and send in this particular army to conquer Gabon. Oh, and the secession... Oh, it changed which secession movement, but this is going to be going to 400. Which one? Oh, that's... Okay, up here. I'm going to go ahead and stop the violence suppression over there. Move it up here in the north. Maybe that will reduce the radicalism. I'm not entirely sure if it will. Now, have we started any of the combats in here? Oh, yeah, we have. We are attacking. The enemy's got fairly good defensiveness, actually, in there. It's mostly the Americans that we're fighting right now. Even though they are still taking fairly hefty casualties as well. Oh, and we got a big battle up here in the north. This one should be a victory. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, rubber discovered in Togo. Rubber rush. Excellent. Which means we probably have a whole lot of, well, actually, oh yeah, it's 20 total. We might build some of those eventually. You know, I'll build another 5 in there. We can still use the rubber in a lot of, especially tool making. Not just tool making, but that is one of the really good... Oh, and Hauserland's got some rubber now. Well, 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 how much is that? That is 40 in total there already. Pretty good. Wait, they enforced a... Oh, yeah, they did. Well, let's go ahead and send in a couple of armies against Denmark. Because they brought in Denmark into the war, essentially. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, but yeah. They don't have a lot of troops. And we can probably conquer most of that before they get most of the troops in here. There is several armies heading there. Including some Americans. I wonder if they're then emptying the front line in France. I suppose they kind of are. Okay, we've got another battle over here that we are losing. That's the southern battle. Oh, right, so this is the same combat still, isn't it? But yeah, we are hopefully getting a bit of advance in here before the other troops even get into the scene. I suppose another thing that I could do, I'm going to send this fleet out to do some more convoy raiding up here. That way we might be able to sink a lot of the convoys, start reducing especially the effectiveness of the American troops on both of these fronts. That would be quite nice. Oh, and we've got 127 million GDP. That's not too shabby. Oh, right, French Senegal. All these, here's a French Senegal. Is this, yeah, that's a new front line. Well, luckily, we got an army right there. Prepare to take command. And how we, okay, so we haven't taken ground in here yet, but we are advancing in there. And how much did we actually capture already? 52%, so one more combat. If we can do that before they get troops in here. Which there is, it's... No, probably not going to happen. No, they'll get some troops in there. What else do we have? So, Mauritania and West Indies. Well, the Mauritania front line is not something that I really need to worry about. Well, I should be worrying about. So that's fine. And we've got a bit of a combat in Denmark. But we are winning that quite handily. And we've got the 40 battalions plus the British troops in here as well. So we should be able to conquer at least part of the front line. I'm hoping we're taking the Jutland first. Because the southern battle we're losing. We did win the one in the north, I presume. And we are winning the second one as well. Oh, wow. We've got such a massive manpower advantage. And we've got really good offensive, which means that the enemy is taking huge casualties in here. It is mostly the French... No, actually, there's a lot of American troops in here as well. But yeah, there's a lot of French troops in this combat, which are taking quite a beating. Oh, trucial states in... Okay. Sacred Union. Before consuming the nation, we can and must try to bury our differences. A call to defend our nation may do much to calm down the unrest at home, although we will have to offer something to our opponents to get them to fully buy in. You know, in war we shall find peace. The accrued political strength for those opposition parties is going to increase. But that might then mean that next election, the Conservative Party is no longer going to be the leader. So how much are we getting from the diplomatic pacts? We're getting, yeah, bankroll 43,000 from Britain. Not bad. Got a bit of a large combat over here against the French, but we are going to be taking the control of Jutland soon enough, or Jutland soon enough. And how are we doing over here in Lorraine? We've got 47% already. The enemy have, oh, they're down to 90,000 men in here total, and most of them are in the combat here. Oh, yeah, Battle of Belfort. We don't have massive offensive values in here. We've got the massive advantage in certain numbers. And suddenly, France doesn't like us anymore. I wonder why. It's not like I was sinking a whole lot of the convoys and whatnot. Did we manage to... Oh, right, so we did manage to clear out that one. Where's the 26th... Oh, it is up here. Do we actually have both of the armies in here? We do. Okay, so how about you... go down there instead. And clear out a bit more of the ground. Well, we're still pushing further north. That's very nice. Clearing out the French African holdings. Or colonies. With any French troops. And it looks like we are pushing it through to France as well, slowly. It's going to take a lot of casualties, most likely. Oh, we've got another combat in here, which we are still winning. Poor visibility is not really helping us, mind you, but that's to be expected. Oh, there we go. Finally getting the government administration buildings. We've got a lot of them underway. I'm not entirely sure whether we have a negative speed on the construction over here, but sure. Something must be going on. Wait, are there supposed to be... It seems to be these construction or administration centers that are having an issue. Not entirely sure why. Oh, there's a bit of a... Yeah, there we go. We're defending quite nicely in there. And we've taken first state in France. Of this war, anyway. Occupied Lorraine. Got a whole lot of construction still going on as well. We've got a double combat. We're attacking, which we seem to be actually winning. Because the enemies are running a little bit low on strength there, and the defense is still holding. We might be actually occupying Denmark soon enough. So how's the war right now? Of course, right now, neither side is willing to take the peace deal. Cost of war is a lot higher on our side, partially because, yeah, we've paid 3 million. Of course, we got some of the best troops right now, I guess. So maybe not the best, but definitely up there. And we got a lot of troops activated as well, so that does make quite a difference. But we might be catching... oh, it's currently 27%. I suppose once that battle in the south is over... Oh, there we go. So that's another 27%. So we still need another 2 victories in here, which we are probably going to get another one in here. And then in the north, we did win another combat for Zealand. That's already 50% ours. I've got another combat in there. Ooh, we might lose that one. I don't know, actually. It's a pretty close one. Both have the same defense right now. Or defense and offense. We've got more manpower in there. But we are taking a bit more casualties, so it's not going to be easy. I think we might still lose that. Just about. At least our defense over here is holding, thanks to the Indian troops there. There we go. This should be another victory. Which means, is that going to be the... That should probably be the full state already, isn't it? No, that was another 20-something, or 27 or something like that. Oh, but in Africa we've done a pretty good job. Right, so we're trying to push into, yeah, towards North Africa, just going casually through Sahara, as one does. Liberia is getting occupied. And all that. So this is quite a bloody war. If we have a look at the casualties, actually. So our side has got over 300,000 already dead and wounded. Admittedly, the enemy's got over 460,000. We got like 320 or somewhere thereabouts. So we still got quite a bit, but they've got a lot more. But I do see that we are a bit out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.